Good morning, everyone. This is M4J Watt Replays, and today we are going to be looking at the T-34-1, the Chinese Tier 7 medium tank. So first off, we're just going to be looking at its characteristics and all that. So it's health very low, only 1,100 or 1,166 with the health booster. View range 250 meters, not too great. Damage per minute's pretty low as well. Penetration's okay. The damage 280 is pretty good for a Tier 7 medium tank. In fact, I believe it is the best, no, second best for a Tier 7 medium tank, right after the Leo. The shell velocities, it's not a very quick shell, and its rate of fire 7.66 reload, or 7.8 reload time. That's actually pretty decent for that amount of damage. So the aim time and accuracy, not too great. It's actually pretty decent. It's got very good dispersion factors on the move, although it could be better. The worst part is probably the gun depression. It only has 6 degrees of gun depression, making it very difficult to get into a good hold down position or to work those ridge lines. However, it does have pretty good turret traverse speed. It's very light, sorry about that. Speed 50 kilometers an hour, but its power to weight ratio is not too great. It turns pretty quickly though, I can say that. Turns quickly, very, very small size. It's second smallest medium tank at Tier 7, and it has really good concealment value. So I usually would run the camouflage net with this tank. And it's got a fairly decent armor profile. While the whole armor itself is not too great, let me put on Do Not Disturb there, you can get a few troll bounces on the whole armor. I mean, it's only 60 millimeters thick, so never rely on that whole armor. But if you're angling, coming out about this angle, it will go up to 285 millimeters, and you can get a few bounces if you just angle that hole. As for side scraping, I don't suggest it. Only 45 millimeters of armor, pretty much everything's going to go through you, and any gun with a caliber of, well, pretty much any KV2 size gun and up is going to be able to overmatch your armor really easily. So don't try to side scrape in it, but the turret is where this tank's armor really shines. 170 millimeters of that turret, making it 212 millimeter effectiveness. It's very, very difficult to penetrate this tank in the front of the turret. Even the cupolas, they're quite small, and if you're using what little gun depression you have and just wiggling your turret side to side, it makes it very, very, very difficult for people to penetrate your turret. And as long as your hole is completely hidden, and it's actually pretty helpful due to its small size, and it's only your turret exposed, you're pretty much going to bounce everything all day long. Unless, of course, it is a top tier. But now let's get into some replays. So the first two games we have are being done by D_O, who has sent several replays. And this first one, he is on Alpenstad, and he is actually being very aggressive. So he takes a shot there from that T-34-1, and he's just going to poke up here and see if he can try to push those mediums. He is being careful. He doesn't want to take any shots from the city, but it doesn't look like there's anybody over there. His VK-28's pushing, so he's going to push with him and see if he can get some shots on these Type 58 and T-34. I don't exactly know what that shot right there was on the building, but he's going to come around the corner here and go for that T-34-1. Gets a good shot there, and now he's going to back up. The LTTP actually rams him, gets killed, and now he's going to turn his attention back to these other tanks. So he comes over here, gets a nice shot there on the T-34. The Type 58 gets taken out by the Comet, and he's going to take out the T-34-1, and now he's going to start pushing down. There is that PZ-4S over there, or aka the TIE Fighter. But the main thing he's going to worry about now is this Annihilator. He gets a good shot there on the side, and now he's going to back up and try to reset his camo before poking out. Unfortunately, he is still spotted. Gets another shot there on the Annihilator's side. And now he is, without a doubt, going to be targeted by this Annihilator. So he needs to be careful. Goes for another shot there on that hole. And now he's just going to kind sit here, and that's what I mean about being in a hold down position. He managed to bounce 2 out of 3 of the Annihilator's rounds, puts another one into him, and I believe he's going to be able to take this Annihilator out. Yes, he is, and now it's down to a 3 versus 3. So he's going to push this Annihilator right here. He gets taken out by the T-29, and it's just this PZ-4S, or TIE Fighter, and the Tiger-1. So he's going to push up right here, gets a good shot there on that TIE Fighter. I'm just going to call it the TIE Fighter. The Tiger-1 misses his shot there, so he's going to go for that lower plate, puts a round into him, and now the P-43 TER is coming around from the side, having taken out the PZ-4. He gets a shot there into the side of that Tiger, and now he is just able to farm this Tiger's sides and rear while the P-43 is distracting him. So he's going to come up behind. Hopefully he can high roll and take him out. Unfortunately, he leaves him only at 10 health, but he is going to be able to get that kill and clear this Tiger. So a pretty good game there in the T-34-1. He didn't block too much, only 420 that time, but he managed to put out 3,606 damage and get 4 kills as well, and get the Mastery Class badge. And next up, again, we are watching D_O, and this time he is on Winter Malinovka. And again, he is being quite aggressive, pushing all the way up on top of this hill to see if he can spot anyone. And he's just going to sit here until he becomes spotted himself. So he sees the 2 heavy tanks over there. He's spotted, so now he's going to drive back down so he doesn't get shot from any of them. He's going to try to go for a shot there on that Tiger-1. Unfortunately, it doesn't penetrate, it just takes off his track. So the Challenger on the enemy team does shoot him. So he's going to try to get out of the way here. Gets a good shot there on that Challenger. Hopefully he can get a bounce, or maybe the Challenger can miss. But he's just going to keep backing up, wiggling back and forth. The Challenger doesn't want to poke back out, so that's a good thing. The track's just sticking out there, but the Challenger is actually going to drive backwards. So he's just going to sit here and wait for that Challenger to maybe poke out again. And there he is. Gets a good shot there, and now he's going to start running over to this building to try to use some of that for hard cover. The Challenger is a one-shot, so he's actually going to start pushing forward now. He's going to ignore the heavy tanks over there, and he's just going to go for that Challenger, takes him out, and now he's going to turn around, focus on those, but he bounces a shot from the KV-3. So he's going to use this building to protect himself while he's farming this Tiger P's rear. If he can finish reloading, maybe he can get one more shot off. Puts a good round in there into the back of his turret ring. And now the Tiger P is going to get taken out. And he is going to go to someone else. Is he actually going to take out the Tiger P? I don't think so. Who's going to take him out? He's just going to sit here. Okay, the Type 58 is going to rush in. Takes out the Tiger P, I believe. Or is it he going to do it? He comes around the corner. Actually, he does take out the Tiger P. And now he's going to push this M4A3E8. Comes around the corner there. I have no idea what that shot was. It just looked like it went clean through the E8. Bit of a ghost shell there. But the E8 gets taken out. He puts a nice round into that VK28. And now he's just going to rush him. Well, not quite. He's going to back up, try to use this hill to bounce a little bit. He doesn't... The VK28 penetrates him there. He's going to load up the HE, but he can't quite penetrate. So he's going to switch back to the armor piercing, puts another round into him, and I believe, yes, the VK30.01P rams him and takes him out of the picture. So he's going to push forward here. Maybe he can get a shot here onto this side of this Tiger. But the Tiger's going to back up now. So he's going to rush forward, and maybe he can get a shot off, puts a round into his side, and takes him out. Now leaving only the KV-3 and the enemy's VK30.01D. So he's going to push up here, and I like what he is going to do next. He's going to come over here. He is suspicioning that the KV-3 is still up on that ridge, sitting there camping, and in fact, there he is. So he's going to push up to this Challenger, and he's going to use him to hide his hull. And this is where you can see just how small the profile of this tank is, because he's able to just poke his turret just above the back of that Challenger there, and this KV-3 just cannot penetrate him. So the KV-3's actually started shooting high explosive at him, manages to get around into his lower plate. Now he does need to be careful because this VK-30 is coming around the corner. So I have no idea how that shot managed to hit, but he manages to get around into that VK-30. He's going to poke back out. Maybe he can get another round in. Puts one in, bounces a shot from him, and now he needs to be careful because that KV-3 is still sitting there looking at him, and he is a one-shot. So he finally notices the KV-3, tries to get a snapshot there. Unfortunately, it misses him, only hitting the ground. But now he's going to push forward here. The VK-30P on his team gets taken out, so he's going to come around the corner. Maybe he can get another shot off, and he's going to play it very risky, and he gets very, very lucky. Takes a shot from this KV-3, leaving him at a very low health. Manages to put one more round into that KV-3 before he gets taken out by the T-29. So another good game there from D_O. 3,783 damage, 3 kills, and another Mastery Class badge. And next up, we are watching War Machine 336573 driving his T-34-1, and he is going to have an absolutely wonderful game. It actually managed to rank 3rd place on the Hall of Fame for the NA server for this current season. But he's come up to the middle here. Can't quite get any shots off, so he's going to push up a little bit. Sees that Gravedigger there. He's going to back up just a little bit, but that Gravedigger is just driving forward. He is able to get a shot there into his side, though, for 276 damage. He is spotted now, so he's going to come up to this brick wall and use it as a bit of cover. He turns around, looks behind him. There's that P-43 TER. So he aims at him, gets a nice shot there for 323. Unfortunately, he does take a few shots as well, taking away almost half of his health. But he's going to come over here, and he's going to go for this P-43 that is all by himself. So he's going to come around the corner here, and fortunately for him, the P-43 has no interest in fighting because he goes AFK. I have no idea why, but he is just completely AFK. So he's able to farm this P-43 all for himself, and not a single one of his teammates is able to get any damage out on him. So he loads up the HE. He can't quite penetrate him, though. So he's going to switch back to the armor piercing, finish reloading, and he is going to take him out. So there goes that P-43 TER, the Tiger 1 just coming over to see if he can't farm some of that AFK damage. But he takes a shot there from that Gravedigger, another one, so he's going to try to get behind some cover before he takes any more shots from that Gravedigger. Here's this AMX M445. He's going to come around here, gets a shot into his side. AMX is gone, and now it just leaves a 4-on-4. So he comes over here, it's side scraping a little bit, trying to see if he can't get that shot on the Cromwell, but he is unable to hit him. So he's going to turn around, and he's going to go for this lonely Gravedigger, I believe. He's pushing over here, sees the ARL behind him, and he's got two options. He can flank around behind the 3 tanks, or he can go for this Gravedigger. And the Gravedigger he's going for, which is the right choice. So that he's focusing fire with his other 2 teammates, getting behind this Gravedigger, trying to see if he can't get a shot off. Gets a 324 roll in his turret, and now is pretty much just going to leave this Gravedigger alone, see if his Tiger can't take him out, but his Tiger doesn't, so he goes for that kill, takes him out, and puts it back down to a 3 versus 3. So he's going to push up to this hill here. He spots this Cromwell B all by himself, pokes up, gets a nice shot there on his hull, and now he is going to, again, back down and hide behind this bush while he reloads. He's going to poke back up, trying to reset his camo first, though. So he's reset his camo. He's going to poke back up. There's the Cromwell. Gets a nice shot there on his side. And now he is going to push down to this hill here and try to come around from a different direction and get this Cromwell taken care of. So he pushes up right here. Cromwell still isn't there, but there he is. Takes him out. And now it is a 3 versus 2 with still a very healthy Annihilator and an ARL-44 at around half of his life. Well, not half, more like 3/4. But he's going to push up to this ridge here and try to use and get into a hold down position and hit that Annihilator. So he sees the Annihilator there. He misses his shots there, but fortunately for him, the Annihilator also misses his shots. So he's going to start aiming at that weak spot on the top of his turret. Can't quite get it with armor piercing, so he switches to APCR. Gets a nice penetration there into the cupola. He's going to push back up here. There's the Annihilator. Goes for another shot into his side, 285 there. And now the Annihilator gets behind cover before he can finish reloading. The ARL also gets behind cover before he can poke back up. So now he needs to come over there, save his Tiger 2, but he's going to be just too late. There goes his Tiger 1. Did I say Tiger 2? Yes, I did. There goes his Tiger 1. Gets a nice snapshot there on that Annihilator while he's driving by. And he only takes one round in return. But he's going to come around over here behind this hill and try to reset his camo and give himself the advantage. He knows he does not have good gun depression, but what he's going to do is he's going to use his gun elevation. So he's going to come around here. He's going to let them have the high ground. Here comes the Annihilator. He takes him out, leaving only the ARL-44 left. So he's going to relocate. He's going to try to push up in this bush, but here comes the ARL. Can't quite get his gun down, but he is able to get down at the last minute. Gets a nice shot there into the ARL. Takes a shot in return from him. Gets a lucky bounce and takes him out. But a very, very nice game there from War Machine. 5 kills, 4,500 damage, and a well-deserved Mastery Class badge to boot. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this review was helpful. If it was, please leave us a thumbs up, share it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and be sure to check out some more of my tank reviews. But that is all for today, folks. This is M4J Watt Replays, over and out.